heaven, Mac.
With the recent announcement that the final Mario movie trailer is dropping in just a couple of days, there are a lot of people out there, and you might be one of them, that is concerned we're seeing way too much information about this movie. Whether it's in the posters, the trailers, the commercials, you may just feel like this is a bit too much. And with the movie being an hour and 35 minutes long, you may already feel like you've seen it all already. Before I go any further in this video, I do want to say this is a very valid criticism. The movie is, like I said, only going to be an hour and 35 minutes or so, and I feel like we've probably already seen about 8 to 10 minutes of actual information from it. Now, granted, all of that information is kind of broken up into pieces, like we don't know what goes where, but from the footage we've seen so far, we've kind of seen our fair share. Now, as I said, this is a valid criticism, but it's not one that I actually fully believe. I'm of a different philosophy. I feel as though the more we see from this movie, the more we learn how much we really don't know. Let me explain. We found out recently that there's going to be a bomb battlefield and Toast Arena shown off in this movie, and I don't know how they're going to utilize this, but if I were to take a guess, it'd probably be in some sort of montage of some kind. And even still, I feel as though that there's probably a lot more references and Easter eggs that goes deeper than just these two locations in the Mario franchise. Judging by the positioning and the camera work here, I'm going to assume that they're just going to show these little snippets of locations off because we can see Mario, Peach, and Toad in the background, and this montage is definitely going to be like Mario, Peach, and Toad traveling throughout the kingdoms and getting to save Luigi from the clutches of Bowser, or maybe they're just going to DK Jungle. That could also be a perfectly logical explanation. But even still, this perfectly proves my point. You see, we're seeing a bunch of stuff in these trailers, but we don't really know what it all means. I feel as though the more we see from this movie, the more questions we begin to develop about the placement of all the things that we see. Now, obviously, Bob-omb Battlefield and Toast Arena were just examples of this, but even still, there's a whole bunch of training montages we've seen from Mario, and we don't know what he's doing that for, or when this all takes place, or even how it even begins. Aside from the stuff that we've actually seen in the trailers, I feel like there's also a lot we actually haven't even gotten a snippet of yet. Like, for example, I think the movie is solely centered around the fact that Luigi is kidnapped by Bowser, but we haven't even seen a lot of scenes of Luigi and Bowser. Just the one scene of Luigi getting dragged in and getting his mustache pulled off. That's really it. And aside from that, we don't even see a Bowser and Mario interaction, or a Peach and Bowser interaction, and come on, we all know Peach is probably going to end up getting kidnapped some way, somehow in this movie, and we haven't even seen that yet. Another big thing that we really haven't even seen yet either is the whole Mario and Luigi in Brooklyn thing. Like, that's probably going to be towards the beginning of the movie, but we don't know what their job is like. We also have no idea what Spike will look like outside of this icon that was featured on the website. And what about Pauline? Is she actually going to be in this movie, or was she just eye candy for one of the original posters for the movie? We don't know. I could really make an entire video of just telling you all the information we still don't know about the movie, but I don't want to be too repetitive. So I'm going to kind of stop it right there, but I do want to point out the stuff that I feel like we have seen a lot of as well, but even still, we don't know the full entire event, so it's really hard to speak on the fact if we don't know everything. Like, I feel like the most prominent scene we've seen so far has to be the Mario versus DK fight scene. I feel like that's been in just about every single trailer, commercial, clip. It's basically everywhere. I feel as though you could easily say, oh, we've seen a lot from this scene, I can kind of already figure out what's going to happen, but in all honesty, I don't know if you can. We don't know what's going to happen after that whole scene where DK says, and now you die. I feel like that's pretty left up in the air. Like, DK could easily win that fight, but at the same time, you can give Mario that plot armor, and maybe this is like after he already had that training montage, so maybe he can still win this fight. I don't know. Even still, I just wanted to let it be known that even though we're getting a lot of content, and even though we're getting a lot of reveals and different kinds of things being shown off in trailers and posters and whatnot, there's still a ton of information we don't know about this movie. Now, hopefully I'm not shooting myself in the foot and the new trailer drops and we see like everything in the next one with the final trailer, but even then, I'm still going to be super excited for this movie. And of course, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below if you disagree, or if you agree, or maybe I changed your perspective or whatever. As always, thank you all again so much for watching. This is Sonic signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all.
Why are you playing that trash?